Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Cobra Kai Multiverse, Part 6. So in this timeline, Johnny, Daniel, and Chozen would arrive in this new universe, and they would be surprised to be in a Cobra Kai dojo. Daniel would say they should be careful, that they shouldn't know what to expect. This is when a Cobra Kai Daniel would come out of his office. He would be surprised and confused to see them. The two Daniels would look at each other in amazement. Cobra Kai Daniel would ask how this was possible, so Miyagi-Fang Daniel would explain that they were from a different universe. Johnny would ask if Miyagi-Do existed in this universe. Cobra Kai Daniel would laugh. He would say of course Johnny would ask if Miyagi-Do existed, considering he was Miyagi-Do sensei and always put defense first. Johnny would be confused. The rest of the Cobra Kai senseis would come out, and they would surround Daniel, Johnny, and Chozen. Daniel would say that Johnny wasn't welcome in this dojo, so Daniel, Johnny, and Chozen would leave, and they would go find the Miyagi-Do dojo. So they would go to Mr. Miyagi's house, but they would be surprised not to find it as a dojo, so Daniel would go knock on the door. Julie Pierce would open the door, and she would be surprised. Everyone would be confused. Julie would ask Johnny what was going on, but Johnny would say that he had no idea who she was, and that they were from a different universe. Julie would think that this was all a prank. Daniel would explain that they were looking for Miyagi-Do. Julie would be even more confused, but she would agree to take them to the Miyagi-Do dojo. So Julie would take Daniel, Johnny, and Chozen to the Miyagi-Do dojo, and at the Miyagi-Do dojo, Johnny would be teaching his students. This is when Julie would come in, and she would be surprised to see Johnny standing there. Miyagi-Do Johnny would ask what was going on. Julie would ask Miyagi-Do Johnny to come outside. Miyagi-Do Johnny would be surprised to see Daniel, Johnny, and Chozen. Miyagi-Do Johnny would get defensive, and he would be ready to defend himself, but Miyagi-Fang Daniel would say that they were from a different universe, and that they were here to recruit some Miyagi-Do fighters. Miyagi-Do Johnny would be confused, and he wouldn't trust Daniel or Chozen. Miyagi-Do Johnny would tell Julie that Chozen tried to kill him in 1985. This is when Chozen would speak up. He would apologize to Miyagi-Do Johnny for the actions the Chozen of this universe may have done. Miyagi-Fang Daniel would try explaining that in their universe, he was the one to join Miyagi-Do, and that Johnny was the one to join Cobra Kai, but that Johnny changed his ways and now he joined them. Daniel would also say that Chozen had changed. Johnny would ask why Mr. Miyagi's house wasn't a dojo. Miyagi-Do Johnny would say that he opened this dojo instead, that he was using Mr. Miyagi's house as a guest house, and that Julie was staying there because she was helping him run Miyagi-Do. Daniel would explain that a Cobra Kai Mr. Miyagi was planning to make Cobra Kai the biggest dojo in the multiverse. Daniel would say that he had to be stopped, and he would ask Miyagi-Do Johnny if he would join them. Miyagi-Do Johnny would hesitate, but he would agree to go, and he would ask Julie if she could also come with them. Julie would agree. Another portal would start to open. Miyagi-Do Johnny and Julie would be amazed, and they would all go through. Johnny, Chozen, Daniel, Miyagi-Do Johnny, and Julie would all end up in a different universe. They would all be at Mr. Miyagi's house. This is when they would see Mr. Hun training a couple students. Daniel would be confused, and he would approach Mr. Hun. Mr. Hun would be confused to see everyone there, and he would ask Daniel what was going on. Daniel would explain that they were from a different universe, and that they were recruiting the best Miyagi-Do fighters. Daniel would explain that a Cobra Kai Mr. Miyagi was planning to make Cobra Kai the biggest dojo in the multiverse, but Mr. Hun would say that wasn't his fight, and that martial arts was for defense only. Daniel would say that Mr. Miyagi was planning on teaching his students to show no mercy, and to use martial arts to hurt people. Mr. Han would say that he once knew a master like that used Kung Fu to teach his students to hurt people. Mr. Han would say that he needed to be shown a different path, and that maybe the way to defeat Mr. Miyagi was not to fight back, but to show him a different way. Daniel would agree, and he would say that they could use someone with his wisdom. Mr. Han would hesitate, but he would see that they needed him, so Mr. Han would agree to help them, as long as they didn't fight back, and show Mr. Miyagi a different way. Daniel would agree. Another portal would start opening up, and they would all go through, and that is where I'm going to end part 6. Thank you guys for watching. Where do you guys think they'll end up? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.